Out here at the W in London, England. It's a lovely London day. Rain, of course. Intermittent. Go and check it out in a suite this time. Let's take a tour. On the 4th floor, there's little elevators. Once again, they changed the carpets depending on time of day. Just go ahead and check out my room on the 4th floor. Very dark hallways in this hotel. As you can see, they have this kind of disco theme. And here's my room, 418. Welcome to the W in London. The first thing you notice when you enter the room is, well, I'm in a separate room with a separate door to eventually enter the actual room. Now, before war, this is probably the weirdest hotel room I've maybe ever been in. I think ever. So let's take a look together. To the right, we have some interesting artwork. This one's more on the nose compared to the other W's I've stayed at. I think they're a little bit less implying debauchery. When you enter the room, you actually enter your bar/bathroom. I know, really weird. Your bathtub is right there. This is actually your sink. Various different amenities provided by the hotel, that you would typically see in your bathroom. And then, of course, you have this countertop that actually serves as almost like a bar area. Over here, you have a couple little closets. The one over here has your robe and some slippers. And this board actually moves. It's right in front of the bathtub, and there's a little TV here. So while you're bathing, you can watch something as well. Again, this just can get covered up. And when it's moved to the left, it covers up this area, which is just more closet space. You got your ironing board, your safe over here. More towels and just some drawers right here. And of course on the other side, interesting enough, there's 2 doors. So on the left, you have your toilet. And on the right, your shower. Pretty small, honestly. You can fit 2 of myself in here. Same Momo, shampoo, conditioner, body wash.
Like another W, so nothing too crazy there.
Then we enter the actual bedroom living space. This is actually a suite. I got it upgraded from this normal room. For being a Platinum Elite member with Marriott. Very much appreciated. And to the right over here, we have the mini bar area where you have non-complimentary snacks and beverages down here. TV. I guess you can move it a little bit because the bed's over here. Nice little ornament they put in the middle. Some W's do that. Then you got your coffee and tea making area, fully complimentary right here. Being in London, of course, we got some English breakfast tea. Oh, and some chocolate cookies and shortbread rings. You can have little snacks with your tea. Very British. Just a speaker, so you can probably pair your own device and listen to some music. Now, everything in this room is controllable via an iPad. And I don't just say iPad in the general sense that it's a tablet. No, this is an actual iPad running iOS. And it was actually updated when I had entered the room. Multitude number of controls.
You can control all the lighting from here.
Find out various different amenities on the property, etc., etc. So there's a lot here, and everything is controllable,
Including
the TV itself. I was looking for a remote the entire time. This is the remote for the TV. So make note of that. There's not really an automatic way to open these, so you can kind of manually move them a little bit, but the whole building is kind of frosted with that little design of these dots. Like glazed dots, so you're not really gonna see much, but I can move this about this far. That's really it.
Now maybe this is a bit of a disappointment, but
This whole curtain is really just hiding a wall. There's no window there, it's just a wall. And I checked and you can see it, there's the wall and it just extends out. It's too bad. You'd hope you could have a full view. That would have been pretty nice, but that is not the case here. Nice sizable bed. Ooh. Feels comfy, typical kind of W bed. Of course, the couch is over there, some tables. Very quirky room. I think this is the weirdest layout of a room I've ever been in. Again, you enter the room into a separate room over here with a separate door to then enter the real room, but then you enter the bathroom technically, slash bar area. Your actual bathroom, shower and toilet are right here. Kind of hidden, but some W's do that. Prague was like that. It's just mirror doors and then a bathtub and a TV and your closets right here. So it's very interesting, very different, ultra quirky. So we'll see how it is out here in London at this W compared to the other ones. So far, been treated pretty well. But we'll see how the whole stay goes. So we're gonna go to the gym and spa. It's on the 6th floor. Check it out. See more of the red accents here. Gym is that way. Spa to the right.
Unfortunately, every time I went to the gym, it was very busy. There was also a giant wall mirror of the same woman you saw in my room, and she was partially nude, at least topless, so I can't show that here.
The ground floor, which is the bottom floor. You need to go to the first floor to get to the reception, as well as where the bar and lounge is. Let's check it out. This is the first floor where the reception and bar is, but the bar is a little further down there, and we'll check it out. There's reception.
All right, just allow me 1 second. Sure.
The bar area is pretty nice, well decorated and very chic. The seating area that you might have caught a glimpse of behind the shelving is actually where the breakfast is served. This here to the right is where they serve the drinks in the main bar area, but there's a ton of seating out here, as you can see.
Reminds you a lot of the Chandelier Bar in Vegas.
It's a pretty classy but swanky place, obviously with those neon lights, but it has a really great view of Leicester Square, and that's where the kitchen is.
You have a nice little seating area out here, overlooks Leicester Square, pretty nice. Of course, this building has these little dots plastered all over the building, so it's not the clearest view, just like from our room, but here it's more visible. We purposefully didn't put as many. That's my stay here at the W in London, England, United Kingdom. This was definitely the weirdest layout for a hotel room that I have probably ever stayed in at this point in my life. I think for a W, it's still on brand. It's that, as I'll just reference in probably every W hotel review, it is that cosmopolitan, glitzy, but quirky, and in some ways still tasteful. I think here it breaches a little bit into the debaucherous territory when we talk about the portrait of the woman, and in the gym she actually is just topless completely and her breasts are visible. It starts edging in that direction. It's not completely debaucherous, but it's more so than like Kuala Lumpur, Taipei, or Prague. It edges more in that direction. So be in mind of that, but not like completely. I think the bar area and the lounge, that is nicely decorated, a ton of different lights and displays that is really on point. The little beads that come down, they do remind me of the Chandelier Bar. Of course, the Chandelier Bar looks more like chandeliers, which is interesting given they have all the discos around with that kind of shiny, clear aesthetic. Maybe they should have just leaned more into that even at the bar. But otherwise, really nice area also to view Leicester Square, which I did in the evening time. That was a nice time, and they had a really nice mocktail, the Aromatica. Very, very good and highly recommended. If you're a non-drinker like me, but you want to get something kind of different than the typical soft drinks, sodas, teas, and everything, you want to have something that's like a cocktail, but without alcohol. That's a good one to have. The room was comfy. The design layout is still iffy. The bathroom situation is rough, coming out of the shower, and the way the doors open, you can't have the towel at the bottom on the ground. It'll get pushed away when you open the door, so put it to the side, and water does get on the floor and everything, and I basically have to use it to just clean up. That's kind of rough, and usually when a bathroom is separated, it's that kind of mess if there is one with the towels and everything, which can happen. It's just separated from everything. Instead, even just me looking straight, I can see it right here. It's to the right of the bed. And you're gonna walk through it, to leave and enter, right? Because typically you don't have to do that for a bathroom. It's a different type of layout, and so that's probably what stands out, but there's definitely real negatives to it. So just be aware. I'm not sure if every room in this hotel is exactly like this, or there's ones that are more normal. This is a suite, is what they told me. It seems more like maybe a junior suite. So your mileage may vary on that, since I haven't experienced the standard room, but just keep aware that there are some interesting designs and layouts for the rooms. Staff has actually been really good. They've been friendly. It's not the same as like the W in Kuala Lumpur or something where they're going that extra mile, but that seems to be maybe a Malaysian and even some of the ones in Thailand hospitality difference in attitude and training and everything and how they act. So would I stay here again? I think if you want a good hotel location, in the Soho area and right directly in Leicester Square, it's not a bad one, especially if you have high Marriott status. Treated me well with that. The breakfast was really good. It's a la carte, but it was of high quality because of that. So definitely good there. The gym didn't get too much footage. It's busy a lot of the time, and I don't like to film when it's very busy. I try to avoid doing that. It has some standard workout equipment, but not everything I would want. I had to improvise a lat pull down and some other cable machines. That was there, but not fully featured like some of the hotels I just recently stayed at. It's serviceable, but you're gonna maybe improvise or just switch up some different routines when it comes to the gym. There's a restaurant at the bottom floor, but they don't really feature it in terms of the hotel itself, so I'm not exactly sure what the deal was that. I didn't get to anything really much here since I had fish and chips outside at Fishoria, which if you're out here in the Soho area, Fishoria was amazing. It is freshly made just right then and there, and it's super hot when it comes out. I had 2 of them because they just do not make fish and chips like that in the States, anywhere I've been at least. I think the hotel is good. It'll get a nice Bon Vivant gold rating for me. Very serviceable. It's what I would expect at the bare minimum. Layout or anything doesn't detract enough since everything else is on point, and even the room is still nice. It's definitely taking the quirkiness in a different direction compared to the other ones, which is probably good. You don't want every single property to be exactly the same, but they should fit a certain vibe and aesthetic that's part of the brand, which this one does. In terms of the W's I've stayed at between Kuala Lumpur, Taipei, Prague, and this one, Kuala Lumpur is definitely the best one. It fits the branding, it's on point, it's completely tasteful. I don't think anyone will be thinking it's going a little bit too far in some instances or some ways, and it has an amazing pool deck with the views of the Petronas Towers that are to die for if you're in Kuala Lumpur. That being said, for London, this is good. I've enjoyed my time here. I would stay here again, given the opportunity, though there are a lot of other hotels I want to try out here in London and will eventually. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Yes, thank you for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.